Alright. See how this works. Hopefully okay. Alright, so turn our light on so people can see what's going on. Oh, been a long morning so far. HD Explicit, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday. Alright, so we've been doing some more off-camera work. Let me show everybody what's been going on. So we have added an entrance, a foot entrance to the base. We expanded this out just a little bit. I just did, you know, the little simple bunker style entrance. So we have the little hangar area over there. We got a little foot entrance over here. I'm not doing too bad, actually. Got to spend most of the evening with the wife last night, so it was a good Valentine's Day for me. Ended up making her dinner. Only ended up making about half of what I was planning on. We're gonna make the other half tonight, so. She's a huge fan of French onion soup. And I was going to make French onion soup yesterday, but the thing is that I tend to make it the traditional way, which is where you basically start cooking it in the morning. And so I didn't really have time to do it yesterday, unfortunately, because I ended up making lemon chicken with asparagus for dinner. So and thank you, appreciate it. Oh, all right. So for the folks who weren't with us on Twitch yesterday, I'll give you a quick breakdown here. We've got our little O2 generator back here. We've got our refineries over here. We went ahead and put 2 reactors in because I did add 2 more batteries, so we now have 5 batteries in total. So we ended up with 4 refineries fully uploaded or upgraded for the yield modules. We've got 5 assemblers set up with 2 units each of speed. Coming back this way, we have added this little thing. So basically I've gone ahead and put the automatic LCDs script on the base as well. So we're just basically able to monitor what we're doing as far as production is concerned. More worried about the power and fuel, because the whole purpose of this base is a fueling depot. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up some mining. I'll be setting up some mining stuff as well. And sure, my when I'm over on Twitch, I am here. Oop, no, I always do that. There you go. That would be the Twitch channel. Now, I don't broadcast on both simultaneously because I do have affiliate status over there, and Twitch has a requirement that if you are doing anything once you hit affiliate or higher, what happens is they have a basically a 24-hour memorandum on streams. So if you're streaming on Twitch as an affiliate, you have to stream only on Twitch as an affiliate. You can stream on other services, but you can't you can't use like Recast or anything like that to broadcast on more than one service at a time. So yeah, but since I have my affiliate status over there, I unfortunately can only do it there or only do it on YouTube. So oh, life of a streamer, right? All right, so we did go ahead and put in, I think it's 5 tanks that we have. Let me check that really quick. Yeah, so we've got 6 hydrogen tanks actually, and we have been slowly filling those up. You head back this way. As you can see, Bob has been busy building out the stuff I have been working on. We have gone ahead and built a little catch basin down here for stone and any resource from up top that comes down. I was actually getting stones like all the way down to the assemblers because they were just basically rolling down the hallway there. If you go down that way, you hit the uranium mine. If you go up that way, you hit, it's iron, and I think gold is behind it. I haven't hit the gold yet though. We had enough gold for now, but I do need to actually go out and find some silver probably later today. Let me turn the music down just a bit. Music seems a little loud in my ears. I'm not sure if it's... Let me know how that balance, how that audio balance is. So hopefully that's a little bit better. Should be just loud enough to hear it. All right. And then the other thing that we did, go in here. So there's our Bob. Behind Bob is a cargo container. The cargo container leads down to this network, and this network goes out to the ice where you saw the base, or the mobile platform, the barge, set up. So basically that conduit that you saw runs all the way out here. we basically mined this out on the Twitch live stream, and then I threw in all of the piping and everything. And what we did over here is we set up a little landing pad. These are blast doors, so they will take a little bit of damage, a little bit more damage than the normal blocks would. And then we put a connector on the back here, and apparently it needs to be reconnected. Don't tell me they reintroduced that bug. So there used to be a bug that when you reloaded your save, the all of the connectors would disconnect. So if they have reintroduced that bug, I'm going to be rather irate, because that was something that was fixed a while ago and seems to keep making a comeback. So let's go ahead and link you up. And I know it was linked because I was using the refineries and assemblers on this thing the other day to process materials when I logged off. So alright, so let's go here. And then for those that weren't here on Tuesday's stream, we actually set up the floor plan script, and we also set up Tim. So we do have Tim running on this in this save, and that is the Tim stuff. So we've got these spanning on vertically, 1 wide, 2 tall. So basically, this is our, I want to say, our ingots, or no, this is our materials, and then this is our resources. And you'll see some overlap on it because of the differences in the way that they do it. So anyway, but yeah, that's basically what's going on, and more automatic LCD stuff over here. So it looks like I need to change down to 0.7 maybe. Oh. 0.65. Yeah, okay. I hate having scrolling text on those. It irritates me for some reason. It always makes me think something has gone wrong. Right. So, now that we have all of this stuff sorted, one of the things I want to do today is I want to get working on a miner. You know what I need to check though? So there was a patch this morning for Space Engineers. Apparently, this rotor, whenever I would disconnect or reconnect the landing gear, would spaz out. And that's supposed to be fixed now. So I'm going to actually check that really quickly. So that is actually a good reason to have that. Let's make sure our thrusters are on before we disconnect everything. So yes, it's still twerking out a little bit. So basically what happens is when I connect or disconnect the landing gear, the rotor that is now on the right hand side of the screen basically resets its position by about 45 degrees or so, rotates about 45 degrees instantaneously, and then comes back to its neutral setting. So I'm thinking we are going to perhaps rip that out and rebuild it and see if that fixes the problem. Alright. Slowly but surely, need to level that out a little bit, make it a little easier on ourselves. Alright, so let's get this thing back in position. We'll get it linked up. And apparently we went a little too far. All right. Let's try that one more time, shall we? And we should be almost there. That is the one thing about having a vehicle with so much mass to it. Let's go ahead and do this. Make it a little easier on ourselves. And we should be mostly good at this point. There we go. Go ahead and switch that over. We can kill those thrusters again. Alright. Okay, so everything is working for the most part. I will probably rip that scaffolding piece out, or that lift out, and rebuild that a little bit later today. I might do it off camera because it's going to just be basically me grinding it down and putting the piston and everything back in. But for the important part, we are going to start working on a new vehicle. And oh, I did add 2 more mods for those who are playing along at home. We have the new what's it called? Rotor variations. Basically, this gives you a round rotor now and a hollow version of the advanced rotor. So let me show you what these things look like here. All right. So the hollow rotor is just what it says. It is a hollow rotor. So it does actually operate as a conveyor device. The upper assembly and the lower assembly portions of it are fully piped. And if you put 2 of these back to back, you can pipe through them fairly easily. And the nice thing about them is that it means you can actually now build hollow rotating structures without having the rotor in the way. So you can actually have it rotate on the line of axes and be able to walk through the axes. And then for the other broad rotor, it's basically the same thing, it's just not hollow. So yeah, I'm really liking this mod. I've been playing with it a little bit in a separate playthrough, just basically in creative mode. Been able to build some really interesting things with them. So the other thing that we have added is this new window block. So the modder who did the 2x1 armored window, the one that has the blast door inside that I really like, they actually did a new mod. So they made some 1x1s. And some of these have blast doors in them as well, but they are fully armored windows. This one I think may have a blast door in it, and then just regular porthole. So now I wanted to see, and I forgot to check before I did this. I think they're large ship only. Yeah, it looks like they're large ship only. So I'm not sure if you're using something like small ships go large, if you'd be able to mount these on small grid ship builds. So I'll probably try that later this week. I might even try that later tonight. But yeah, so these things are actually really, really nicely done. So if you're looking for something that give you a little bit more of a naval vessel feel, these will probably do you well. And this one, like I said, I believe this one has... I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to build this one just to see. You know what? We're gonna build it just to see it. Oh, actually, I might have the parts already. I do already have all the parts. Look at that. Hey, welcome back. All right. So let's see what this thing looks like. Nice. See, I'm kind of curious what that is then. Okay, so this is basically the exterior facing portion of the window, and that's the interior facing. I really like that window design though. So let's take a look at some of the other ones that the mod author built for us here. I say for us, I should say for the community. I don't know the mod authors though. There you go. Okay, so that's the porthole, and I got it upside down. It's got the little logo on it, so when you're placing it, just look for the little logo and it'll tell you that's the inside and bottom. Alright. So that's what it looks like from the outside. Very interesting. And then there is one more. Like I said, I'm not really worried about which way I'm placing them right now. It's just to see what they look like. So none of them have blast gates on them, unfortunately. But I do like the window design. That almost looks like it should be a hallway or something. So I probably won't use this one, but I may use the other two. Alright, so that gives us an idea what these things look like. And like I said, I'll probably end up using this one. I really like this one. I don't know what the hit points and durability on these are, so looking at the materials, they're obviously, I would say, a little bit beefier than normal windows. Probably about the same durability as a light armor block. Maybe a lightweight, like the 2x1s for the heavy. All right. And then you, I don't think you have, oh, you do have a small. Ah. If you've got a small ship, okay. We may have an idea here. You always know it's bad when I say we may have an idea somewhere. Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place you there. Make sure it locked. Okay, it locked. Ah, crap! Forgot to turn Bob off. No, Bob. Don't build it, Bob. Don't build it. Where's Bob? Where is he? There he is. So we know he's already built the landing gear. Damn it. Alright, let's bring this up at like 5 blocks or so. Now, whenever I'm building a small ship, specifically like mining vessels, I tend to bring them up about 5 or 6 blocks, because that way if I use large thrusters, I'm able to have room to place them in. In fact, right now, so it just makes it easier when you're building these things if you have room to play around with the placement of items. Okay, so we are going to go, let's take you out, and just to help my OCD, and bring this out on both sides. And we are going to have let's go grab like 1,000 plates just so we have all the materials we need. So what I am planning on doing here, let me grab all this out of here. So what I'm planning on doing, I just realized I had more stuff in my my inventory here than I expected. There we go. I looked at the number going, wait a minute. That seems like that was a little low for the number of plates I should be able to carry. And I'm thinking... I'm gonna need some interior plates as well. Just realized, because I'm gonna need that. And over here. I should be able to get like 100 or so. Close. Alright. So we're gonna put a small conveyor right there, right there. Okay. And basically, that's just so I can. I'm basically just pre-wiring some things in here, because I'm going to close off stuff like this. All right. And I will show you why shortly. All right. So that's our two large thrusters. I want a couple of, get you out of there. Let's go large cargo. And we're gonna have one of these. Like so. And then we should have, actually, you know what? Let me take that out of there because I want to make sure we have the connectors set up properly. Because this is going to be a mining vehicle, so we want the small connectors to the side. And yes, okay. Did you, son of a... There we go. That's better. All right. So we have those. Might have actually been better to put the reactor in there. Maybe. Okay, so I want the O2 generator. We're going to strap that beast right there. Nope. There you go. Make sure, yeah, okay, so in theory, that should work. That'll give us oxygen, but not access to the inventory. And then we are going to need thrusters. Lots and lots of thrusters. All right. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to put you there. You there. Let's grab our gyro. I always like doing silly things with gyros, so we're going to go ahead and actually go just because we can. Alright. So we have our gyro right there. We're going to put in a small reactor for our jumpstart reactor. Okay, get that out of here. That's our small jumpstart reactor. And I think we are going to take this out, take that out. One, two right there, and now we'll do our large reactor. And for those who don't know why I put jumpstart reactors in, when you're putting in a reactor that's actually wired into your network, The conveyors don't work until you have power. So you either have to put batteries on it, which start with about a 30% charge or so, or you need to have a small jumpstart reactor. Because I'm putting a large reactor on here, I don't need batteries. But I do need things to work. So we're gonna go like so. Like so. I know, way overpowered for thrust. All right. And we're gonna need basically the same for braking thrust. And what I'm hoping to be able to do is, let's see if we go like so. We're gonna do this on both sides. We're basically gonna bring the drill heads down a little bit, and I'm gonna have them come in. We're gonna get them as close to the ship as possible. So basically there'll be a turn right here and it'll come out to the front. But for now we need to go 1, 2, okay, so let me get our drill head out here. So the big thing to remember when you're building a mining craft like this, the drill placement area is also the size of the hole that it's going to dig. So what you want to do is make sure you have enough coverage. Make sure you have enough coverage when you're placing these things so that it'll basically allow you to get things out. Hey Mike, how you doing? So Friday's live stream over on Twitch is at 5 p.m. So did I may have screwed up the timing on that. I apologize. I may have been thinking, because I wasn't thinking a whole lot last night when I was doing a bunch of posts. So just trying to get everything done and ready for today. And we're going to do another one of you right here. So that gives me enough clearance to get most of this in here. Now what we're going to need to do is I'm going to also need 6. Looks like I'm going to have to go up just a little bit. Did I screw that up? I think I screwed that up. Basically, we're going to put these back a bit so that they... There we go. Less likely that they're going to do damage to these things. Alright. And then the added bonus is that this allows us to then go... Come on. Thank you. So we know that's our center line. So we're not going to be able to do that one too. Alright, so let's go ahead and put... I guess we could build that out as a framework a little bit. So let's see, can we get away with doing this? We can. And since these will let you stack them on each other, so we're going to take this out really quick. Place you with the heavy armor blocks. We go 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab these. We're gonna. Did we do 2? Yeah, so we've got 2 lateral, 2 large lift, 2 large push, 2 large brake, which means we should be able to take this thing pretty much vertical. The only thing we don't have is uppers, so if we flip it over, we're kind of screwed. But it looks like everything's fitting pretty much in line the way we want it to. So, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing. Kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse build, doesn't it? So let's get this thing built up and going here. So, control panel. Come here, Bob. Where are you at? I really need to change your name so that you're easier to find. You know what? Of course, we didn't put a Bob on there either, did we? We should probably put one of those on there. Is there any... Oh, you know what? We can put one. No, we'd have to move everything. We'd have to move the thrusters. Which I wouldn't actually have too much of an issue with. Meh. We'll leave it as it is. We'll leave it as it is. If we find out that we need to, then we will. But basically, the only thing I would really use Bob for on this thing anyway would just be pick up mine resources if I got out and hand mined. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. All right, let's get this thing welded up here. What do you need? You need everything. You need everything. We're just going to run around under here and weld stuff up really quick, because we can. Oh, so happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you all had a fantastic Valentine's Day for those who celebrate, and for those who don't, hope you have a fantastic Wednesday anyway. All right. Gonna get some of this in here. Now, these are vanilla. For the folks who are joining us late, I did say that we have added 2 new mods. Whoop. So we now have the rotor variants mod in, so this actually gives you 2 new rotor types. These are a wide advanced rotor, basically it's a big disc, and then you have a broad hollow advanced rotor, which is basically a ring. The nice thing is that you can basically start building like spinning habitats and stuff, where you can now actually traverse along the axis of rotation. So where you would have normally a rotor that was solid like this, where your point of spin was, this allows you to actually build hallways through your rotor area, through the point of rotation. Really interesting mod. Having a lot of fun with that. The second mod we have added is the armored windows 1x1. Now this is made by the same mod author who made the 2x1 window that I use in my battle carrier, the one I absolutely love. The thing with this one is that the 1x1s unfortunately don't have blast doors in them like the 2x1 does, which is, like I said, rather unfortunate because I do like that feature. But the windows themselves actually look pretty good, so we will be using those a little bit later in the series when we start building our space-worthy vehicle. But for now, this all works well enough. Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab you. Let's go 2. So we're gonna get 1. Because we're gonna put a spotlight right there. That's the other thing I haven't put on here yet. I haven't put spotlights on. So let's go. Now, I turned auto rotate off once today. I do not want to keep having to turn that damn feature off. Need to be able to permanently disable that crap. Alright, so we go. And then for here, we're gonna go. Let's see, we'll do 1 spotlight here pointing down. Don't need that anymore. So 1 spotlight there, pointing down. We have 1 spotlight here, pointing back. And we're gonna put 1 spotlight on either side. This way that we don't get the glare in the window. And I think we're gonna put 1 more on the front. And let's go ahead and have. Oh, you know what? You are. Where are you? You extend into the middle, so we're not going to be able to use that as a connector, which is fine. We're going to put the connector for the ship here. So if we're doing that, that means we can have another spotlight here pointing down. And I'll probably tuck 1 or 2 more in here somewhere. Maybe put 1 here and do the same on the other side. That way we have plenty of light. Oh, you don't need to do that anymore? In an atmosphere, basically the industrial cockpit pulls air automatically now. The write-up on it from the dev blog was basically somebody figured out how to wind down the windows. So, but yeah, should be okay. All right. So I think that's pretty much everything. We'll give it once it's welded up, we'll throw some uranium in it and give it a try. We've got a gyro on it. I might need to add a second gyro. If I need to add a second gyro, what I'll do is we'll remove the reactor, remove the current gyro, put the gyros on the outside and put the reactor on the middle. Let me show you. Right here. So basically, you know how we have the reactor right here now? So what I'm saying is, if I need to, what I'll do is I'll remove the gyro, replace it with the reactor, and put gyros on the other sides. Yeah, I know, right? So that is going to give us coverage out to there. This is mostly a surface miner, so it's not too bad. What I may do... Actually, you know what? I should probably just go ahead and do it. Honestly. What I was thinking is to have interior plates. Need more interior plates. There we go. Yeah, so what I'm thinking here is we go 1, 2. Since you are there, if we go so what I'm trying to figure out is, do I want to add more drills? I'm not usually a subscriber to the let's put all the drills we can on things, but I do think we might need to do so in this case. What are you missing? You're missing all sorts of stuff. I have a feeling Bob will get to you eventually. All right, so what I'm thinking is that if we do this, basically it'll shift forward a little bit and out. Is that gonna be far enough out? Oh yeah, that'll be far enough out. Okay. But we have to worry about the damned exhaust. So if I put them here, still not going to be far enough, so it's not worth doing right now. What we'll do is if we run into problems where we basically can't get in to get these, then I'll worry about it. But I think we'll be able to do it just using this as a surface miner. And basically what that means is we're going to be strip mining the surface of the planet. We'll be peeling it back in layers. But we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. Turn that off so we can actually see what we've got over here. Run an exit blocks behind cab. Yeah, that's true. Could do that. I was actually going to just strap the ore detector right to the roof. That's normally what I do with them. I sometimes tuck them away. It just depends on what I'm trying to achieve with the build. With this one, it's more function over form right now. All right. Everything's welded up except for the detector, right? Looks like. All right, so let's go grab some uranium. Itchy nose. There you go. We got 900 there. Okay, so we're going to grab, oh, I don't know, let's grab 60. And we're going to split this into 10. Our little jump starter gets 10. You don't really need to use this much uranium in a jumpstart reactor. And because I left access to the reactor, I didn't need to put the jumpstart reactor in at all. But I like having it in case I find I need more power. Fill for the, yeah. It's nice when you have the resources to just go like absolutely bat crazy with stuff, you know. It's like, so we want landing gear to switch lock. I still need to put the connector on down here, but I'm gonna get this thing off the ground before we do that. Just want to make sure. Okay, that's all good. We want to go here, thrusters. And I never want to see those in here unless we have to set them for things. At which point I just basically make it a little easier on myself, right? Can we get to there? No, but we should be able to pull O2 from it. Okay. Take a quick look around the ship here, make sure everything looks like it's good. So we want that to be toggled on and off. Let's grab groups. We're going to clear this one really quick because we want weapons and tools. We want this to be drills. We want landing gear, switch lock, and let's see if everything blows up when we try to take off. Hey, look at that. We have lift. Nice. Okay. It's always nice when it works the first time. Oh. It's even better when it works the first time on camera. It doesn't always do that, so. How much resource are we carrying? Okay, we're carrying mostly plates. I'm going to refill my hydrogen bottles really quick. Alright, we're just going to grab fresh ones because apparently we're out of ice again. Thank you for looking out for me, Mike. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I almost forgot it too. I was like, I think we need to do something about that, right? Let's see here. And you have large. If we go... I'm wondering if there's an area that we can put another connector. Let's see. Let's grab an interior plate really quick. Oh, I already have a bunch. And what we're going to do... Now, I don't normally recommend doing this because it usually causes problems, but... in this particular case, it should be okay. I'll put a connector there. And then we're going to put an actual connector on top of this thing. Let's spin it that way just to be different. I actually, normally what I'll do is I'll set up a secondary control bar for the ship that will have all of the ejector controls on it. And I'll just use the single connector. I don't normally worry about the stone because if I really need to, I can just put in a sorting block that keeps the stone out of the normal stuff and basically have a separate area where it routes out through. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the rest of our supplies back. There we go. So first things first, let's find our ore detector. We're going to take out the 250. Alright. Alright, so she looks like she's handling pretty well. We're at about 50% power. What does it do if we turn off the small reactor? Okay, small reactor has no real bearing on it. That's fine. Again, the small reactor for me, I tend to use them as just jumpstart reactors, or in worst case scenarios, like if you're on a hostile planet, if you basically run out of main power, having something that where you can have, because we have an oxygen generator on it, so having something that allows you to continue to pull oxygen is usually very, very important. So I usually build small reactors into things, like if they're just hidden away somewhere and they're usually tied into the network so that they can pull resources. Whee! Flies like a plane. Actually flies like a helicopter, but you know, most of my builds do, so. Alright. Oh, I can put the small LCDs on there too. Magnesium, ice, nickel, silicon. Okay, so we know that the ship works. With everything running 50%, 57%, that's okay, that's a good threshold. My little UFO build here, alright. I actually like the way this came out. This turned out pretty nicely. It's a little too responsive for a miner. I don't normally like to have my miners be this this nimble. This is more like a fighter at this point. Actually, this would be an interesting fighter conversion. If we took the drills off and put heavy weapons in there. Oh yeah, this could be a fun little fighter build. All right. Atmospheric fighter at least. Alright, so we're gonna bring this thing back in for a second because we need to see what resources we need. But we do have a flying miner, which is a good thing. Let's go ahead and bring our nose up a little bit. There you go. And enough power for 1 year just sitting there idling. Okay, so let's go take a look, see what our resource levels say. Actually, can we see it from here? One of the reasons why I build windows over my my display areas. Oh, Tim puts all the ore on the bottom. That's useless. All right. All right. Okay, so turn off our light so we're not blinding ourselves here. Gravel. So can always use more iron. Got a bunch of nickel. We have plenty of cobalt, magnesium, silver, and gold are the things that we need the most right now. So let's go find. I know we've got some gold over at the end of our iron mine. Yeah. So let's go grab some gold. And what do we have here? We have you. So let's go see if we can find the gold that's over here. Should be up in the hill up here somewhere. There it is. Gold is down there. All right. All right, so let's come down just a little bit. And about here is good. Ah, real mining power again. Mwahaha. And basically what we'll need to do once we get into the area where we need to be mining, there we go, is we'll clear out a small area for us to work in, and that'll let us mine it out a little bit easier. This is also one of the fastest ways to build a base if you ever need to. Of course, with us getting closer to the uranium pocket, that does make me a little bit worried. Because I'm trying not to breach the envelope that I've got built out for my actual base right now. I may go ahead and tip down a little bit. And that's what I was saying about opening it up a little bit. Crap, I think I just broke some thrusters. Did I just break some thrusters? No, you're okay. Interesting. Oh, it's that damn... I really hate the new camera. What we're doing is we're basically just making it a little easier to navigate in here. Now, if they would actually fix the damn camera so we could see what we're doing, it'd be awesome. Come on, Keen, really? There we go. Oh, come on. Man, they really like screwing with the players, don't they? So where's our gold at? That's uranium. Our gold is over there. Okay. So let's go ahead and start heading for our gold. Should be easy enough. Hey, S'more, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Getting a little extra space engineers in today, so. There it is. Awesome. Happy Thursday. Hopefully you had a nice Valentine's with Mrs. S'more and the S'morlets. Why does that look like? That is uranium. Try and learn from a master? What, you hanging out with Wasted Space and Captain Shack and them? Actually, Wasted Space is a good person to learn from. Captain Shack's good, but Wasted has the engineering aspects of it down, so. Go ahead and pick up the rest of this uranium here, because I hate wasting resources. Nice. Yeah, Shack is he's interesting. He's definitely an interesting character. It's hard to believe he's got so many subscribers now. Well, I shouldn't say it's hard to believe. I mean, he's earned every one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shade on that. So. Are those cargo containers on top of my drills? No, they are conveyor blocks. They're conveyor junctions. All right. So, how much uranium do we have? Let's take a look really quick. Okay, so we're almost through the uranium vein. We'll back out, we'll widen this up a little bit, and then we'll push through to get to the gold. Because see, we've got some stone back there now. So that tells me how big the vein is. Oh, I was trying to figure out whether or not I was going to put more drills on the ship. So... if I add more drills, that's what they'll be added there, and I might do it just to make things a little bit easier to manage with this thing. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. See, the problem that I'm running into is that this is actually where I'm mining is inside the grid of a base. So we get the safety precautions turned on. Hey, look at that. Gold's right there. Go ahead and grab a few K of this. Can I get my camera back? Thank you. I really hate the new camera controls. Oh, I already smacked the wall with it. It's part of Space Engineers. Actually, now's a good time to get into it, because with all the changes they've been making, the game really does play slightly different. That's why you hear a lot of the long-time players getting kind of upset with some of the changes, because things that we used to do, they no longer allow you to do, or have made it more difficult for you to do. But, you know, that's Space Engineers. They change stuff all the time, so you just get used to it. Okay, how much gold do we have? Take a look at the ore. Not too bad. Okay, so they did change... yeah, pistons and wheels, right? The only thing I don't like about the wheels fix that they did, and they did fix the wheels. I mean, they did. It was unpleasant. Well, the thing is once, to be fair, once you have, did I just... are you really not going to let me swing my camera around? Oh, you son of a... Keen. I need to... is this going to be one of those days where we need to complain to Merrick? Alright. Oh, come on. Alright, careful there. Yeah, what I was gonna say is once you get used to the planet, like if you always start on, say, like the Earth-like planet, resource nodes, what are in the nodes will sometimes change, but the nodes themselves stay pretty much in the same locations. So once you know where you're going, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I keep forgetting that they changed the camera, and I don't like the camera change, so. So for those who don't know, the last couple of updates, I should say, the way that the camera handles collision has changed. So you used to be able to basically clip the camera through, which I was actually fine with. People in PvP didn't like it because it allowed you to scout areas that you shouldn't be able to get to normally. You know, there were issues with it, but at least you could get things done because you could see what you were doing. But now with the new camera setting, a lot of the things like where you saw there were just kind of, I guess I should actually yeah, but a lot of the things you used to be able to do, you can't do with it now. So why do I do the things that I do? It depends on which one you're talking about. I mean, I'll be glad to walk you through some of it. That's not a problem. I just need to know what it is exactly you want it to have it walk through. Here. Oh, should turn off the spotlights. That reactor's off. Okay. And we are going to go control panel. We are going to find our spotlights. Look for all of the ones that are white. There you go. S'more needs autopilot for his ships. There you go. Remember groups. We want minor spotlights. We're going to toggle blocks on and off. There we go. All right. Okay, so what's the question? I understand that, you know, as I see fit, but is there a specific question that you have? I mean, because most of the stuff that I do is just, to me, makes sense to me without thinking about it, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. Like the way I build things, when I'm building things specifically. Hey, there's a mod for you. Bumpers. Okay, so explaining why, okay, so just using this ship as an example. The reason I built it the way that I did is that these two pieces here, right, the drills, if you notice, there's only one block in between them in space. So basically, because of the way voxel deformation works, when you are mining, because there's only one block between the two of them, one or the other, when it's modifying the voxel surface, will remove that one block of space. Right, so that means I don't have to have a third drill here in the middle to be able to fly this thing straight through things. Now, because like I was saying when I was building it, for those who are joining us late, basically the surface area on the face of the drill, when you see this, that whole 3x3 grid, that's the area that it mines. So if you're trying to build something that is completely linear, so you can build basically what people used to refer to as snake miners or worm miners, what you need to do is this outer edge needs to be the outer edge for all the blocks behind it as well. Now, if you're doing something like this, which is more of a surface miner, basically you use excavation mode where it takes out 50% more. So instead of it being 3x3, it's a 5x5 space. Which allows you to get the whole ship through, which is what you saw me do over there. Then something like this works. If you want to have it, like if I wanted to have this become a worm miner, I would need to basically build more drills off to the side here. And I would probably have to, well, if I did them flat, let me see here, show you really quick. So these things have 3 connector points on them. They used to have more, and I really, really miss the days that they had more. There you go. So basically I could attach this like so. Basically I'd have to put a conveyor on it to bring it out one block, because it's, as you can see, they're colliding with the other one. Was it one? No, I'd have to bring it out two. Let me check that, because that should be the middle, so it should only be one that's necessary, but let's check, make sure. So yeah, it only needs one. So I'd put one there, I'd add another drill, and what that would do is that would give me enough clearance that when I was mining, at least width-wise, I'd be able to get the entire ship in without having to do so. Is the goal for this world my pretty ship? No. The goal for this world is just to have some fun. I'm just playing with some designs and stuff with this. Part of this is also I wanted to see how much I could get away with by keeping a build as vanilla as possible. So all of the ships that I'm building, outside of very limited situations like with the ore, in this case the ore detector, this is a completely vanilla build. I'm not using anything non-standard on this build except for the ore detector, and that can be replaced. Yeah, that can be replaced with a vanilla ore detector and it'll work just fine. You'll get about half the range out, actually about a quarter of the range out of it, but most people are using things like Azimuth Light, and this is in the Azimuth Light pack. You can also get this as just Azimuth's ore detector. So, and then even like the big ship here, this barge, all of this is vanilla. I don't think, again, except for the ore detector, I'm using an Azimuth ore detector as well. Am I actually running anything? I shouldn't be running anything modded in here. Yeah, no, it's all vanilla. This is basically just a normal LCD. It's just using a script. We've got a couple of systems set up for scripts. All of the LCDs are tied to script systems, which, you know, you can run in any vanilla build. So, as anybody who's been watching the content lately that I've been putting out, I've been doing a lot of like very heavily modded ships and builds and such. And just to show you that yes, I can actually build in vanilla too. Yeah, things like my little blast door lift. Boop. And one of the nice things is with the big system update that they did, they fixed pistons. Pistons actually work now. And what they do is they actually have a force detector on them. So if you hit a solid block or you come in contact with another grid, it'll stop the piston until the collision is done. And so if I dug this out, this would actually continue down another like block or two. Now what I do need to do is I need to fix this side, and I'm thinking I may, as a possibility, I may move the thruster from here up. I might even put a block on it to move it out on both sides, specifically because of the fact that I have these here, but I want to be able to put a ramp on the front of this so that I can get vehicles up and down with it. Yeah, right. S plus. Oh, S plus has. That was the reason I stopped playing Ark, honestly. The last time I was playing Ark, I decided to go through and do a nice base build where it was on top of. I was on, which map was I on? It wasn't the island map. Oh, I'm trying to remember which map it was. It was the one with the volcano. The active volcano that would go off like every couple of hours. I cannot remember the damn map that was on now. But basically, there's a series of plateaus out in the desert area, and I had built a base that was spanning like 5 of them, and I was using S+. 2 days after I started the build, there was an update to Ark, I think it was Ragnarok. Yeah, I think it was the Ragnarok map. I don't think I've ever played on the center map. But yeah, there's this little, it's like the fire desert or something like that was the biome. But there's these series of pillars out there, and I was building on top of them, and had this nice like five wide ramp from the sand up to the top to the lowest point, so I could get my dinos up and off the ground, and had all of these like suspended terraces and walkways and stuff. Yeah. 2 days after getting everything built, Arc updated. I loaded in without thinking about it, and S Plus didn't load because of the update. So all of the S Plus stuff, which was 90% of the build, gone. It's like, so I logged in and there was like 3 walls, a portion of 1 ramp, and I think a ladder, like a single ladder on the bottom of the ground. That was all that was left, all my resources. And so all my dinos are stuck up on top of this crag, and I'm like, oh yeah. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. It's kind of a short day. I do apologize for that. We did get the ship built. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. If people want a copy of any of the builds, let me know, and I will put the blueprints up on the workshop. I don't generally release them unless people ask for them, because there's so much stuff up there that, you know, I figure if somebody sees it and they like it, I'll release it. But otherwise, meh. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. If you have any questions, always feel free to drop them in the section below the videos. If you are part of the Twitter group, you can actually, or not part of the Twitter group and want to be part of the Twitter group, you can actually find me over here at twitter.com/Halidmer, and I will go ahead and link that in. I do not have the Discord link, but if you are also interested in catching us over on the Twitch side of the house, you can catch us over here at twitch.tv/Halidmer. I do live streams on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays through Thursday, I live stream here and YouTube. Or I should say there and YouTube. YouTube's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Twitch is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All 4 of the live streams Monday through Thursday are at 11 a.m. Pacific. Friday's live stream is at 5 p.m. Pacific. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you back here next time. Have a fantastic weekend. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Okay, so now we take this thing out, we go mining all night, and destroy the ice lake.